Albert Anastasia, a man so feared they called him the Lord High Executioner, commanded an empire built on fear, betrayal, and violence. His reign ended in a single shocking moment that stunned the underworld. But what was his story? Albert Anastasia was one of the most feared mafia bosses in history, a man whose rise to power in the shadowy world of organized crime earned him a chilling nickname. His reputation for ruthlessness and his role as a leader in the Gambino crime family solidified his infamy. But how did he earn this fearsome status? Anastasia's journey to power was anything but smooth. He rose from humble beginnings in Calabria, Italy, to become one of the most powerful figures in the American Mafia. Along the way, he faced fierce rivalries, violent power struggles, and the constant threat of betrayal. The world of organized crime in the early 20th century was a brutal battlefield, and only the most ruthless could survive. Anastasia's path was marked by loyalty bought in blood, alliances built on fear, and an unrelenting ambition that made him both revered and reviled. Born Umberto Anastasio in Italy, Anastasia emigrated to America and quickly found his place in the dangerous docks of Brooklyn, where violence was the language of survival. His natural ruthlessness caught the attention of mafia leaders, propelling him into organized crime. He became a founding member of Murder, Inc., a secretive group responsible for hundreds of contract killings. Anastasia's rise to power within the Gambino family was fueled by fear and efficiency, earning him a reputation as the Mafia's enforcer. His name became synonymous with cold-blooded precision as he eliminated rivals and solidified his grip on power. But Anastasia's reign was not eternal. In the 1950s, his brutal tactics and growing paranoia alienated allies and attracted powerful enemies like Vito Genovese. On October 25, 1957, his story came to a violent end. As he reclined in a Manhattan barbershop, two gunmen entered and opened fire, assassinating the infamous Lord High Executioner. The murder shocked the underworld and marked the end of an era, symbolizing the constant power struggles within the Mafia. Anastasia's death left a power vacuum that would change the Mafia landscape forever. Albert Anastasia's legacy remains a haunting reminder of the dark world of organized crime. His life was a tale of ambition, violence, and betrayal, one that shaped the Mafia's history and continues to captivate the public. Even in death, his name echoes as a symbol of ruthless power. What do you think about Albert Anastasia's infamous legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to watch our next video exploring the life of another infamous mafia boss who changed the course of organized crime history. Albert Anastasia's life began in the sun-scorched hills of Calabria, Italy, where the rhythm of life was dictated by poverty and tradition. Born Umberto Anastasio in 1902, he grew up in a world where survival required grit and determination. Even as a child, Anastasia was known for his fiery temper and unrelenting will. These traits, though burdensome in a quiet village, would later define his rise to infamy. When his family decided to emigrate to America in search of a better future, the young boy could never have imagined the dark empire he would one day command. The crowded streets of Brooklyn greeted Anastasia with chaos and opportunity. For many immigrants, life in New York was a constant struggle, but for Anastasia, it became a proving ground. He began working on the docks, a notoriously rough environment where disputes were settled with fists rather than words. It wasn't long before his fierce reputation caught the attention of local gangsters. The docks weren't just a place of labor, they were a breeding ground for crime, and Anastasia's unyielding demeanor made him a natural fit. Anastasia's first brush with the law came in 1921, when he was convicted of murdering a fellow dockworker during a dispute. Sentenced to death, he awaited execution at Sing Sing prison. But the young man's fate took an unexpected turn. The conviction was overturned on appeal due to lack of evidence, a decision that some believed was influenced by bribery and intimidation. This escape from the electric chair only added to the aura of invincibility that surrounded him. It was the first of many instances where Anastasia would defy the odds. In the shadowy world of Prohibition-era America, Anastasia found his calling. Bootlegging and organized crime were flourishing, and Anastasia's ruthless efficiency quickly earned him a place among the underworld's elite. He aligned himself with Giuseppe, Joe the Boss, Masseria, a powerful mobster who controlled much of New York's criminal enterprises. Anastasia proved invaluable, eliminating rivals and ensuring loyalty through fear. Yet, even within this dangerous world, the seeds of betrayal were beginning to sprout. The turning point came during the Castellamarese War, a bloody conflict between rival Mafia factions. Masseria's leadership was increasingly seen as outdated, and ambitious young mobsters like Lucky Luciano sought to modernize the organization. Anastasia's allegiance shifted, and he played a crucial role in orchestrating Masseria's assassination. The move was a gamble, but it paid off, cementing Anastasia's position within the newly formed commission, the governing body of organized crime. With the Mafia's power consolidated, Anastasia's star continued to rise. He became a founding member of Murder Inc., a clandestine group responsible for carrying out contract killings on behalf of the mob. Operating out of a candy store in Brooklyn, this lethal organization was shrouded in secrecy. Anastasia, with his cold-blooded efficiency, earned the nickname the Lord High Executioner. The body count grew, and so did Anastasia's notoriety. Law enforcement struggled to penetrate the Mafia's ironclad code of silence. Despite his growing power, Anastasia's life was fraught with danger. Rivalries within the Mafia were a constant threat, and the risk of betrayal loomed large. He faced numerous attempts on his life, each one narrowly evaded. These close calls only deepened his paranoia. Anastasia began to surround himself with loyal enforcers, men who would kill or die at his command. Yet, even as he fortified his defenses, the cracks in his empire were beginning to show. The 1940s brought new challenges. World War II created opportunities for the Mafia to expand its influence, particularly in controlling the docks and other vital industries. Anastasia capitalized on these opportunities, strengthening his grip on the Gambino crime family. However, his growing influence attracted unwanted attention from both rival mobsters and federal authorities. The FBI began to build a case against him, and the walls were closing in. Anastasia's ruthlessness extended to his own ranks. He was known for eliminating anyone he perceived as a threat, including close associates. This strategy kept him in power but also isolated him. The Mafia operated on a delicate balance of fear and loyalty, and Anastasia's heavy-handed tactics tipped the scales toward fear. Discontent simmered beneath the surface, and whispers of rebellion grew louder. The climax of Anastasia's story unfolded in the 1950s. His audacious move to eliminate Vincent Mangano, the head of the Gambino family, and take control of the organization marked a turning point. While the act solidified his power, it also made him a target. Rivals like Vito Genovese, who sought to reshape the Mafia's future, viewed Anastasia as an obstacle. The tension reached a boiling point, and the stage was set for a deadly showdown. On October 25, 1957, Anastasia met his end in a Manhattan barber shop. As he reclined in the chair, two gunmen entered and opened fire. The once mighty Lord High Executioner was left lifeless, his blood staining the tiled floor. The assassination sent shockwaves through the underworld, marking the end of an era. Carlo Gambino quickly stepped into the power vacuum, ushering in a new chapter for the Mafia. The aftermath of Anastasia's death revealed the fragile nature of power in the criminal underworld. His ruthless methods had earned him a formidable reputation, but they also sowed the seeds of his downfall. The Mafia's world was one of constant flux, where alliances shifted like sand and trust was a rare commodity. Anastasia's story became a cautionary tale for those who sought to rise too high. Even in death, Anastasia's legacy endured. His name became synonymous with the dark glamour of organized crime, inspiring countless books, films, and television shows. Yet behind the myth was a man shaped by ambition, fear, and violence. His rise and fall mirrored the turbulent history of the Mafia itself, a history marked by power struggles and bloodshed. As we delve deeper into Anastasia's life, questions remain. Was he a visionary leader who helped modernize organized crime, or merely a ruthless opportunist consumed by his own ambition? The truth, like the man himself, is shrouded in mystery. Anastasia's story is a reminder of the price of power and the fleeting nature of success in a world governed by treachery. Today, Albert Anastasia's name still echoes in the annals of true crime. His life and death continue to captivate those who seek to understand the shadowy world of organized crime. The lessons of his story are as relevant now as they were during his reign. In the pursuit of power, the greatest danger often comes from within. The rise of Albert Anastasia is a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the unrelenting pursuit of power. It is a story that reminds us of the human cost of violence and the fragility of loyalty. In the end, Anastasia's legacy is not just one of infamy, but also of the complex and often contradictory nature of the criminal underworld. His life serves as a dark mirror, reflecting both the allure and the peril of a life lived in the shadows.